30 years of joyfulness. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Midday News. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and Hits 103.9 FM here in Accra, on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi, and on myjoyonline.com. We are also live in all 16 regions of Ghana via various affiliates, live on X Spaces and Facebook. The Midday News is supported by Petrosol Platinum Energy, energizing dreams. Coming up.
I, Mahamudu Bawumia, offer myself to lead the party for the 2028 elections. Because I have the integrity.
Former Vice President Dr. Bawumia files nomination to contest the flag bearership of the NPP, declaring that he's the most prepared candidate for the 2028 elections.
I am offering myself to be elected as flag bearer because I believe we owe a duty to this party to give her a choice to put forward the most prepared candidate for the 2028 election.
We are live at the NPP headquarters for updates. Also, it's 5 days to the Akwatia by-election, with the two major political parties trading allegations of plans to rig the election. Flag bearer hopeful of the NPP, Kwabena Agyapong, raises questions over the process as he describes it as needless.
And especially now, it's so unnecessary. It's a waste of our state funds. Look, the NDC has such a big majority. Whether they win it or lose it, it won't change anything.
We'll hear from him, plus his alternative solution to by-elections in Ghana. Also coming up in this bulletin, Greater Accra Regional Minister issues 2-week ultimatum to MMDCEs to fix street lights and others as she names 3 core areas to assess their performance.
At this stage, excuses are nothing but an embarrassment to the people we serve. Let me be clear. You have 2 weeks only to ensure that every single one of those lights is fixed. If you cannot manage this basic task, then you have no business occupying that office.
We have more as the minister warns against using PAs for official duties and offices for partisan political meetings.
Some of you have surrounded yourselves with personal assistants who have virtually taken over your official responsibilities. If you have decided to bring PAs, let them be clear. Their roles.
In sports,
English Premier League side Crystal Palace eye loan move for Black Stars defender Mohamed Salisu.
Also, fresh controversy over Ridge Hospital alleged assault investigative report. As the hospital nurses raised new allegations, the suspect assaulted another pregnant nurse as he accused the committee of bias.
And trying to use the monitor on somebody, he went straight to the one in black. It was a pregnant woman. He went to slap the face. The HB we checked on Monday was 10. So assuming...
Who went to slap the face?
Just check the video.
We have these and more with me, Ofori. This is Joy News, independent, fearless and credible. This afternoon, former Vice President Dr. Bawumia has officially filed his nomination to contest the New Patriotic Party's flag bearership race, declaring that he is the most prepared candidate to lead the party into the 2028 polls. Filing his nomination forms at the party's headquarters in Accra, he was accompanied by a massive crowd of enthusiastic supporters who turned the event into a festival of drumming, dancing and party anthems. Addressing the gathering, Dr. Bawumia emphasized that his track record in government, coupled with his vision for Ghana's future, sets him apart from other contenders.
Meeting on many matters that Bawumia was right. In the days of Kufuor, we showed emotional intelligence and the spirit of inclusion. And in the days of Akufo-Addo, we showed foresight and resilience. The MPP and Ghana are demanding for a leader who embodies the values of this tradition. Deep intellect, humility, respect for all persons, unity, courage, foresight, and resilience. Dear citizens, as the MPP is looking for a leader who embodies the character of this party's tradition and the values of our forebears. I, Mahamudu Bawumia, offer myself to lead the party for the 2028 elections. Because I have the integrity, the competence, the compassion, the humility, and the values not only required to lead party but to lead the country. This election is an election not only for flag bearer of our party, but it is an election for the soul of this party. The choice we make January 31st will determine whether or not this party will hold on to the values that make us great or become a new party focused on deepening the chasm between the rich and the poor. I am offering myself to be elected as flag bearer because I believe we owe a duty to this party to give her a choice to put forward the most prepared candidate for the 2028 election.
You have the former Vice President, Dr. Bawumia, and he has officially filed his nomination to contest the NPP's flag bearership race. Let's go into the phone lines and speak to Kenneth Jesse. He's at the NPP headquarters. Kenneth, what can you tell us?
Well, the former Vice President also spoke about uniting the party. He said that the enemy is outside and not within, called on all members of the party to stay united, and also touted some of his achievements when he became Vice President for the last 8 years. He talked about the fact that he introduced a number of policies, one constituency, one ambulance, Agenda 111, mobile money interoperability, gold for oil, which he says are still impacting people's lives until today. So he says that, as we heard, he's the most prepared candidate going into the 2028 elections, and that the delegates should choose him because he's the right person to lead the party to victory in the next general elections.
Kenneth, was he accompanied by other party officials?
Well, he was accompanied by some high-ranking members of the party, including former MPs and former cabinet ministers. I cited about 10 of them. Former Greater Accra Regional Minister Henry Forte was there. John Intimfojo, the former Deputy Education Minister, was there. The former Western Housing Minister, Tujo Kuma, was there. George Mirikuduka was there. Among a number of high-profile members of the party, I also cited the youth organizer of the party, Mustafa Salam, also there. So he was accompanied by very, very familiar faces who accompanied him to submit his nomination form. And of course, he was flanked by his wife, Samira Bawumia, as well.
My colleague Kenneth Jesse reporting from the NPP headquarters. We stay on politics, and it's just 5 days to the Akutia by-election, and the two major political parties, the NDC and NPP, have since been at each other with allegations and counter-allegations of plans to rig the elections. But at the heart of this is an emergent question over the cost of the process and whether or not the extreme cases of loss of lives is worth it. This is a concern from flag-bearer hopeful of the New Patriotic Party, Kwabena Eje Ejipon. Speaking on PM Express last night, he said Ghana's by-elections are becoming too expensive, needless, and must be cancelled.
The amount of money, because I had gotten wind of the amount of money the police were requesting to go and police Akutia. Do you know how much it is? Find out.
Oh, you tell me.
I will tell you. The amount of gear and the people, at the last count I had, it was going to be more than 3,000 troops.
I mean, definitely they are dealing with over 50,000 voters and 120 polling stations.
So what?
And they have precedent from Ablekuma North, and definitely they have to prepare.
I think that, you see, and especially now, it's so unnecessary. It's a waste of our state funds. Look, the NDC has such a big majority. Whether they win it or lose it, it won't change anything. That's number one. So I thought that in this national mood of sobriety and togetherness, we could have said, okay, from now on, and I always believe in that. When we go to elections in 2020, when we went to elections in 2024, Every party was given a mandate, yes, through a member of parliament, but for 4 years. If you hadn't passed, unfortunately, you'll be there for 4 years. So why can't we get the political party that is holding the seat to nominate a replacement?
And this is what he proposes as replacement for the by-election process.
Just get the party that has won the previous election to nominate to complete. This is a no-brainer. I mean, in Ghana, we are obsessed with constitutions and all that. Yes, it was made for man, for ourselves, and we've operated it for over 30 years. If there's something that we can change, why not?
Thankfully, we are joined on the phone lines by former UN advisor on governance, Professor Bafo Agyeman-Duah, for more perspective on this. Good afternoon. Thank you for your time on the Midday News. We know that the essence of democracy is to continually broaden participation and representation. But of course, at the heart of this is the financial burden. Is this proposal from Kwabena Agyapong something you agree with?
Certainly, 100%. Perhaps more than that. You see, the whole notion of democratic practice must be assessed the country's own history, culture, and traditions. There's no straitjacket for practicing democracy. On this specific issue, I think the points made by Mr. Agyapong are right on point. The greatest question people will ask, if you say scrap it, will be the issue of representation. In other words, are you denying the constituency mental yes, their own representation in parliament? But you see, that question can easily be managed. There is what we call direct representation and indirect representation. Direct representation is all where all the people gather and decide. Because we cannot do that these days, unlike the ancient times in Greece, we have indirect. So we elect our representatives to parliament. But that be created in other ways than that direct election that we have. The argument is that
Professor Bafo, I'm losing you. Can you reposition yourself, please?
Okay.
You're making a point.
Yes, I was making the point that once Syrians are elected, we take it, and that between that period of 4 years, if the parliamentarian becomes incapacitated or dies or anything of the sort, we respect the political party that won the seat in the first place for them to nominate a new candidate without this election. And there will be nothing wrong against the principle of representation. Because if you look at the Ghana context, the amount of money involved, if you keep the police 600 or 1,000 for 1 week in that area, if people don't talk about the cost of security to us, it's a huge amount. Then, of course, the tension that creates. Then we have the history of every by-election becoming violent, only because the political parties now marshal all their forces focusing on one particular constituency, and therefore the tension comes on. That's why for every by-election we have violence.
Okay, Professor Bafo Agyeman-Duah, thank you so much for sharing your perspective with us on this particular matter. Let's move on to other stories. Political scientist and policy analyst Dr. Joshua Zato has taken a swipe at the police and security agencies over the handling of election-related violence. He argues that security operatives have often targeted opposition party supporters, citing incidents at Ayawaso, West Wuogon and Ablekuma North as examples. While his comments come in the wake of the NPP's demands for full disclosure of police deployment ahead of the Akwatia by-election.
Electoral violence happens in Ghana not because of the absence of the police. It happens in spite of the presence of police. So the presence of the police, even if you deploy 1 million police, might be necessary, but it's not sufficient to ensure safety and security during. Police might be necessary, but it's not sufficient to ensure that it's peaceful elections. In Ayawaso West Wuogon, the police was there. The security was there. They were there when Honorable Sam John was assaulted. They were there. So it's not that they were not there. It's not that it happened in a secluded place in Ayawaso West Wuogon where, there was no police then, some people went and cornered him somewhere and assaulted him. No, it happened when the police was there. The journalists that were beaten, they were beaten when the police was there.
This afternoon, the Greater Accra Regional Minister is cracking the whip of Metropolitan, Municipal and District Chief Executives, handing them a 2-week deadline to repair all broken street lights within their areas. Addressing the issue head-on, Linda Oklu accused some local authorities of negligence and complacency, which she says have also worsened the region's sanitation problems, clogged drains and the unchecked spread of illegal billboards. The minister insisted that the excuses must stop, emphasizing cleaner surroundings and safer streets.
At this stage, excuses are nothing but an embarrassment to the people we serve. Leadership is not about sitting in offices and enjoying the perks of your position, but it's about delivering results. And right now, many of you are simply sleeping on your jobs. Street light updates. Street lights are critical for safety, security, and vibrancy of our communities. Since the last update, significant progress has been made with over 128 streets lighted in the phase 1. It is my expectation to hear from our chief executives when they mount the stage to tell us what they have been doing in the phase 2 of this intervention. Lighting is not merely infrastructure. It's 3,000 street lights, and every MMDA will receive 100 pieces. It doesn't mean that the fact that we are giving, we are not going to purchase. The assembly must also purchase some in order to make sure that all the streets within your district are what? Are lighted. Let me be clear. You have 2 weeks only to ensure that every single one of those lights is fixed. No excuses, no delays. I will personally monitor this directive, and let me serve this notice. Any chief executive who fails to comply will be exposed and reported. If you cannot manage this basic task, then you have no business occupying that office.
Well, the minister is also cautioning Metropolitan, Municipal and District Chief Executives against abusing their offices and resources. She has warned them not to assign personal assistants to perform official duties, nor turn their offices into grounds for partisan political meetings.
Some of you have surrounded yourselves with personal assistants who have virtually taken over your official responsibilities. If you have decided to bring PAs, let them be clear. Their roles is strictly to help you organize your schedules, manage your time, and provide administrative support. Your PAs are not to approve documents on gimmicks and not to represent you at official meetings. This must stop immediately. Assemblies cannot run by unelected, unappointed individuals hiding behind your authority. Furthermore, I have reports that many of you have also turned your official offices into party meeting grounds, filling them with unauthorized officials and visitors.
And that was the Greater Accra Regional Minister, Linda Oklu, joining us now as Collins Frimpong, my colleague. He was at this program. Collins, what more did the minister say?
Well, the minister has also been talking about the demolition of the Ramsar site. She said that encroachment is ongoing and she is not going to stop with the demolition despite some obstacles that are happening are ongoing. She also mentioned that the RCC has identified that people have begun filling the Lanoy Lagoon, which is between Pong and Ningu Pram with refuse. She said that is an illegal act and the RCC can't countenance that. So she will be announcing stringent measures shortly to address that in order to prevent future flooding. She has also been talking about the billboards on the street of Accra, that she has tasked the MMDAs to ensure that they get all of them out of the street.
Okay, Colin, so the minister warned metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives against assigning, personal assistants to perform official duties. I'm just wondering, what was the reaction of the MMDCEs?
So right now, the reaction was quite welcoming from those that are in the conference room. I understand that almost all of the MMDs are there, but I wasn't expecting any of them to react in any way. But so far, with the claps and the applause that came, it looks like they have accepted that in good faith, and hence they will ensure that no PA is assigned to official work.
Collins Frimpong, thank you so much for that update. You're listening to the Midday News. Still ahead, fresh controversy over Ridge Hospital alleged assault investigative report. As the hospital nurses raise new allegations, the suspect assaulted another pregnant nurse as he accused the committee of bias.
And trying to use the monitor on somebody, he went straight to the one in black. It was a pregnant woman. He went to slap the face. The HB we checked on Monday was 10. So assuming...
Who went to slap the face?
Just check the video.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white when it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kale Charcoal toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kale Charcoal toothpaste. Kale Charcoal toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kale, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Junior, your school bus will soon get here. Hurry up.
Mommy, my hand is aching me and I'm feeling cold. Honey, Junior's temperature is too high and he feels feverish.
Oh, baby. So you didn't give him the Encamol paracetamol syrup that I gave you the last time?
Oh, no, I forgot.
Okay, you know what? It's not too late. Just give him Encamol and he'll be fine in no time. Encamol paracetamol syrup, a strawberry-flavored paracetamol syrup, and it's specially made for children aged 3 months to 12 years. It helps manage pain like headaches, teething pain, and fever. And guess what? Because of the strawberry flavor, the kids enjoy taking it.
I can tell from the way he's licking his lips. And look at how he's jumping around. Hurry up and go to school, Junior.
Yes, now you can get Encamol paracetamol syrup in all pharmacy shops. For bulk purchase, go to NK Pharma head office, Abelinkwe, or call 050-658-8315. This advert is FDA approved.
The luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah, the luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. Money we define every day and night. Mama, dada keep on hustling for the family. The luckiest. Last time 712 hash. You can win some cash. You can be the luckiest with 1 CD. Luckiest with 5,000. The luckiest, the teacher got the market woman. You can be the luckiest. Oh, the luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone. You can be the luckiest. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone. Star 712 hash. Luck is everywhere. Luck is everywhere. Oh, tell me, are you feeling lucky? Because I'm feeling lucky. Because I'm feeling like the ultimate. That how we go win. If I win, you win. You could be the luckiest.
You're welcome back to the Midday News, and Mubarak Haruna is here with the latest in the world of sports.
Yes, so Black Stars defender Mohamed Salisu has emerged as a lone target for English Premier League side Crystal Palace. Now, the 26-year-old joined Monaco in 2023 but had limited game time last season and is yet to feature this campaign. Palace have approached Monaco as they look to replace Mark Gehi, who is strongly linked with a move to Liverpool. But so far, no agreement has been reached and the player is yet to make a decision. Back to you.
Oh, thank you so much, Mubarak, for the sports news. Now, fresh controversy is erupting over findings of the Ridge Hospital alleged assault investigative report, which established no evidence of physical assault on the victim, Chuchu Bote. The 7-member committee tasked to investigate the matter on Wednesday presented its final report to the Health Minister, Kwabena Minta-Kando, which contradicts some allegations of the nurse in question. Well, meanwhile, the public relations officer for the nurses at Ridge, Sarah Danko, has however questioned the findings of the investigation, alleging that the committee failed to hear from them and also raising fresh allegations against the accused person, Ralph St. Williams. She spoke on GH1 television.
Right from the triage, they even managed. They managed. When you look at the video very well, immediately he entered, there were two people, one in black, one gentleman trying to use the monitor on somebody. He went straight to the one in black. It was a pregnant woman. He went to slap the face. The HB we checked on Monday was 10. So assuming...
Who went to slap the face?
Just check the video.
Which video? Because the video that we have, we don't see any slap.
Thank you very much.
So you have seen a video?
Yes. So
where there's a slap?
Because there are two cameras straight at the triage. So we don't listen to everything no, for evidential purposes and for purposes of being very unbiased. We use what will educate us. Did the triage nurse do this? So, for example,
okay. So Sarah, no, let's understand this, right, Joshua?
Yes.
You have a video.
Yes.
Where there was a slap.
Yes.
By the same
yes.
Ralph.
Yes.
Where have you seen that video? Because I haven't seen that video.
And the committee
did you represent that video to
I was not called into the committee.
But
the media has not gotten to me. Nobody has asked me for a video.
Do you have the video?
I can show you.
Can I have it?
Yes, once I leave the set, I'll show it. I'll give it to the producer.
Can I get the
No. For these purposes,
no,
I will give it to your producer,
No.
because I will not be ambushed on this show. Because at this moment,
who is ambushing you?
No.
I'm trying to.
We are joined on the phone lines by Tony Goodman. Mr. Goodman, thank you for your time on the Midday News.
Thank you, Madam.
So first, how did it happen that the committee did not hear from the nurses, so they tender in this video she talks about before your final report came out?
We spoke to all of the ministers that were on that day.
Mr. Goodman, if you can reposition yourself, it would help a lot. I'm losing you.
Is it okay?
Yes, it's better.
So we spoke to all the nurses who were still on that day. Spoke to all the medical officers who were still on that day. I'm not sure we were expecting a committee to speak to every nurse in the region. No. Those who matter in the scheme of things, as far as this issue is concerned, we were spoken to and we came to a conclusion. I'm sure when you are able to get this video copy, we'll be able to have a clear understanding of what happened that there is a video. All the people who came gave us evidence and we use them. We use the CCTV footages, medical reports, duty schedule, because you must have the duty schedule to know who was on duty on that day and then vice versa. We have all of that. So if there is any other video, we wait to see. That is why in my report we said we have not seen any video. We have not seen any document saying that she was victim, unless we have anybody who has a video playing to that. Okay.
Mr. Goodman, what will the committee do now with these fresh allegations? Are you going to sit on it?
Thank you. Please come again.
I was asking if what the committee is going to do with these fresh allegations and whether you're going to sit on it.
If there is any fresh allegations, we know that we have a decision in the kitchen, but to just leave out there that evidence which will be commented on the something that let's take on.
Mr. Tony Goodman, your line was bad, so we'd have to end the conversation here. Thank you so much for speaking to us on this issue. Also joining us now via telephone is Asiedu Sapon. He's a public health specialist and a fellow of CDD. Good afternoon. Thank you for your time on the Midday News. Well, we have Mr. Asiedu Sapon right now on the phone to talk to us about this developing story, which we've been following for some time now. Well, it looks like it's now the nurses against the minister and the committee. How do you think we can solve this issue going forward?
Well, I find it strange because it was put out by the minister.
Nobody told me.
There was going to be a committee. And the committee was a fact-finding committee. So what I would have expected was that if anyone had evidence, they shouldn't be waiting for the committee to come to them for the evidence, especially if the evidence can shed better light on what has happened. So it would be interesting. I'd want all of us to see the video because obviously in the interview you played, she hasn't managed to produce the video. So we are all assuming the video exists. So let's just wait and see what's on the video.
Thank you so much, Mr. Asiedu Sapon, and he's a public health specialist and a CDD fellow. We're joined in the studio now by Joy News editor, Fred Smith. Fred, we have a public dialogue coming up. Joy FM, yes, what's it?
Yeah, the Joy News national dialogue coming up is called the Breaking the Chains, and it's on the on Ghana's opioid crisis. We have the Minister for Youth Development and other experts, as well as persons recovering from opioid addiction, all attending this at 6 p.m. here on Joy 99.7 FM. It's also on Joy News, the Joy News channel on TV and on all our social media platforms.
And you won't want to miss this one. And that's how we end the Midday News. My name is Ofori. Coming up.